Hello students, today we are going to start our class with a topic that is string functions. That day we have discussed about the character functions. So what were the character functions? GetChar and PutChar. Means getChar for getting the character value and PutChar means in order to print the output on the screen. Okay, so these string functions are nothing but for the string values. That single character function that we have used as getChar and PutChar, that was for the character, and this function is for string. Okay, so here you see what are the string functions. One is getS, another is putS. getS for getting the string from the keyboard, means extracting it from the keyboard when the user will enter, and putS means it will insert the output on the monitor. So for this, in order to understand this getS and putS, here one program is given in your book. This is in your page number 39, program number 1.11. Program to read a string and print its length. So what it has been told in this program, that we have to enter, means user has to enter one string, and what is the length of the string, this length should be printed as output. Okay. So for this, what we have written here, you see, first header file, that is iostream.h, then stdio.h, then string.h. Now iostream.h is clear. It has to be included in all the programs. What about the stdio.h? Why we have used this stdio.h? This has been used for nothing but the getS and putS function. Okay? The getS and putS function is included in this stdio.h library. So if you don't include this library, then your program will show error. Okay? Then string.h, why we have used this one? String.h is for this strlen function. We will see what is the function of this strlen. But for this function, we have included this header file. Now come to main program. Char astr, this is nothing but a variable name that we have taken, and inside this we have taken 51 characters. Means the character, the string that we will enter or the user will enter, this must be 50 characters long and not more than that. Now the question is, why do we have used this 51? This 51, one is for that extra null character that is used at the end of the string in order to terminate. You remember that one? For string value always, for character value, there is only one. Size is only 1. But for string value, size is 3 plus 1, that is 4. This 1 goes to home this null character. Always remember, the string value is always terminated by a null character, and this 1 comes from this null character only. So this means what? My program can store a string value of 50 characters, and this 51, one value is for that null character. Clear? Now int length, another length we have taken. This length will calculate the length of my string that I will enter. Now cout entered a string. So how this output will come, you see, in my output screen, first it will come as entered a string. Like this, enter a string. Suppose I have entered a string student. Okay, so this student will be stored where? ASTR. Means this ASTR will store the value student. Clear? So this getS str means it is getting the string entered by the user through the keyboard. Because it is a string variable, that's why we have used getS function. Here get character will not be allowed. GetChar is used only in the case of character. And as this is a string value, so that's why we are using getS. So it will get the string, extract the string from the keyboard, and it will store in the variable ASTR. Now length equal to strlen ASTR. Now what the length variable will store? It will store the size of this ASTR. So strlen means what? It will calculate the length of this string. The string that is stored inside this ASTR variable, it will count the size string, the length of that string. This is the function the str length signifies. Okay, this str length will calculate the length of the string stored inside a str. So calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what is the size? 7. So it will store the length as 7. Okay, clear? Here it will not calculate the null value. Null value is only for the user's convenient purpose and for the compiler. The compiler will mark the end of the string using that null character. Whenever the length value will be calculated, it will not calculate the null value. The null value is only to signify the compiler that the string has ended here. Okay? So when we will calculate using the strlength function, when we will calculate the length of a string, that it will simply calculate only the original length. It will not include the null character. This you remember. Okay? Now you see this length is storing what value? 7, because student is having 7 characters. Now it is getting put as str. Put as means it has to insert the value of str onto the monitor screen. So str is having the value what? Student. So this student must be displayed in the monitor. So it will simply print student. So what is the meaning of put as? Put as is just simply printing the value. Okay. Now what we are getting, see out the length of the string is. So here it will display the length of the string is, what is the length? From where we are getting this value length? So length is storing what? 7. So it will display what? 7. Okay, that's all. So this is the program how we use the getAs and putAs function. Okay. Now you see what is the next topic. Next topic is unformatted string IO functions. So under this, what this topic covers? This topic covers these 4 functions. What are these 4 functions? Get, put, getLine and write. Now what are these functions? First let us understand what are these. This get and put are used for single character. Okay? These 2 functions are used for single character and these 2 are used for string. Basically line. A line of text. Okay? So now you see this get and getLine are the input functions and this put and write are the output functions to display the output. And this get and getLine are used to get the input from the keyboard. Now you see, if all this function, you remember all these 4 functions are included inside the header file iostream.h. Okay? You remember that getChar, putChar, then getAs, putAs, all these were included in which header file? All these were included under the stdio.h header file. But you remember that these 4 functions are included in the iostream.h header file. Okay? Now you see get and put are used for this single character and these are used for string. This we will see later on. First you look at this one. If I write like this, character ch and I write here cin dot get ch. This is how we write the function of get. Means this ch I have defined as a character and this character when it will be entered using the keyboard, it will extract it from the keyboard using this get function. But we have to write cin.get ch. Now you will ask that we can also write like this cin ch. Yes, both these are correct. But at which time we will write which one, this is the matter. Always remember this cin ch means what? There is a difference between these 2. Whenever we will write like this, Let us assume. Now this character is having, suppose I am poor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it is more. Suppose I have assigned 10, okay, and I have written like this. Now what this will do? This C in CH will only store this I value. It will ignore these spaces, these white spaces, new line, blank spaces, tabs. All these things are ignored by C in CH. But if you write like this, then it will not ignore anything. It will also include the blank spaces also. Okay? When you will write this get ch, it will count the blank spaces also. It will not ignore the blank spaces. But in case of C in CH, it ignores the white spaces, tabs, new lines, all these things. So this is the basic difference between these two. You have to remember this one. Okay? This is very important. Why we use this get ch, get ch in spite of this one? Because if we want to write a string, or if you want to write a large word or a line of text, then this thing will ignore the spaces, white spaces. But this get ch will not ignore the spaces. Similar is the case for code. Suppose I want to write this ch I want to display, then if I write cout ch, then what it will do? It will just ignore the white spaces. But if I write cout dot put ch, then what it will do? It will not ignore the white spaces. Is it clear? So this thing you have to remember. This get and put function, they do not ignore the white spaces, tabs, then blank spaces, then new line characters. All these things are not ignored by get and put function. But if I simply write this C in CH and cout CH, then these white spaces will be ignored and we will get an uncertain result. Okay? So now let us see one example of that get ch and put ch. Now you see, this is your next program. In order to understand what is the function of that get ch and put ch. Okay? So this is in your page number 40. This is program number 1.2. What is this program telling us? Program to count number of characters entered. Means suppose we have written 2 or 3 words. We have to count the number of characters in those words. How many characters are there? Including the white spaces also. Okay? So for this we have included the header file iostream.h and nothing else should be included, because this get and put function are already included in this iostream.h. Now int main, int count equal to 0. We have taken one count variable which is initialized to 0. Now const char ent equal to \n. We have taken here one character ent whose value is \n. \n means what? Next line. So this is kept constant. Means what? In the whole program, wherever we will get this ent value, this ent value will signify nothing but the new line, that is \n. Wherever we will get in the whole program, wherever we will get this ent, this will mean as the next line. Clear? Now character ch, another ch we have taken as suppose character. Okay? Now you see cout enter character. So what my output screen will display? My output screen will display enter character. So suppose we are entering computer program. This we have entered. Okay? And we have just put enter. Okay? Means we next line. Now you see what will happen. Cin get ch means it will get this value, it will extract this value from the keyboard and it will put it to where ch. Now you see why we have used this get ch. We can also use this one cin ch, but here you see one blank space is there. So what will happen if we use this one? It will ignore this blank space. So our result will come out to be something else. It will not be a correct result because this space must also be included in our count value. So that's why we will not use cin ch. We will use this get ch function. Now while ch not equal to ent means up to how much my loop will continue, up to that one when it will not get the next line value, means enter. Ent means what? Backslash n. Here we have given backslash n. So it will continue its loop up to the whole. It will search, it will go on traversing one by one. So now you see it will enter into the loop. My ch first it will go to c. Here in ch it is stored computer program. So it will traverse the whole ch value. First it will go to c. So c not equal to ent, condition is true. So what will happen? It will enter into the loop and it will get count plus plus. Now my value of count will be what? Count will be 1. Then it will go here cout put ch. Okay? Cout put ch means it will put c. Okay? It has got one value, so it will go on like this. Now again it will get the value. Then again it will go here ch not equal to ent. So count will be 2. Okay? Again it will go, count will be 3 for m. For p count will be 4. For u count will be 5. For t count will be 6. E count will be 7. R count will be 8. Blank space will also be counted. So 9. Then P 10. Then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So what it will count the value? 16. And it will get this put ch, so it will simply go on writing like this. For put ch, it will go on writing. Because why we have used this put function? Because of this blank space. Okay? This blank space will also be included. So it will print as it is this computer program because of this put ch. Now it will again go and now it will find that ch is equal to backslash n, means it will get the next line value. So what it will do? It will simply come out of the loop. Now what it will get? Cout the number of characters equal to count. So what will be printed? The number of characters equal to, where it is stored? In count. What is giving, what the count value is giving us? Count is giving us 16. So it will simply print the value 16. This is how the get and put function is doing their functioning in the C++ program. Clear? Now you see, next we are going to get line and write function. These are what? These are line oriented. These are line oriented input output functions. Okay? Means one line consisting of various words. One line of text it will accept. Okay? Line oriented input output functions. So how it works, you see, get line and write. Suppose this get line is used for input of a line, and this write is used for displaying the output of that line. Okay? Now you see how we write this get line. We write like this: scene dot get line, comma size, where this line suggests the variable name dot get line name comma 30. This size must be size minus 1. Always remember, because 1 is for that null character. That null character will not be considered. So this suggests what? Can name means this can store the value up to 30 characters long. So this is how we write this is the syntax, how we write this get line. Cin get line name comma 30. This name suggests the name of the variable and 30 suggests the size. And that size will be size minus 1 because 1 is omitted for that null character which is not counted. This is only for the convenience of the compiler, that null character, terminating character. Okay. So you see, in place of get line we could have written like this. See, in name also, only simply name also we could have written. But what if it will be possible if my name is like this, Yash, then it is okay. But what about if I write like this, Yash Chopra? So what will happen? Here one blank space is there. So this will not recognize this one. This will show certain error in the program. So in order to write like this, by giving a space, if we want to write a name, then we have to write like this. Yash Chopra. This is only possible if I use this get line. So how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 characters are there. It's okay. It is having size 30, so it can easily accommodate that 11 characters of text. So this is possible for get line. But if you simply write Cin name, then this will not be considered by the compiler. Clear? This get line, then get, put, write, this always you takes the white spaces also. But Cin, Cout, these things does not consider the white spaces. This you have to remember. Okay? This will not read, if you write simply Cin, then it will not read the white spaces. And if it doesn't read the white spaces, then there may be certain error in our program. Okay? Similarly, if we want to write, suppose name, here name, in name we are storing program, suppose. Okay? And here we are writing cout dot write name comma, here also we have to suggest the size. Okay, so what is the size? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I write 7, then this will display program. Okay, whole program it will display. But if I suggest here 4, if I give the size as 4, then it will write the name. What is the name? Stored program. In the name variable, program is stored. Okay. So whenever we will write cout.write name 4, then it will calculate the size up to 4 because here it is written 4. So it will calculate 1, 2, 3, 4 and it will display the output as PROG. This will be the output because of this size. So is it clear now? This get line and what is the function of write? This size will determine how much variable, how much value of that variable will be displayed in our monitor. This size will display, and this size will assign how much variable we can accommodate inside this variable. Okay, how much value, what is the size of the value that we are accommodating inside this particular variable. Clear? So now we will see a program that will make you understand about how this get line and write function works. Okay? So let us see the program here. This is in your page number 41, program number 1.13. What it is telling? Program to find whether two strings contain equal number of characters. Means you have to enter two strings and whether these two strings are containing equal number of characters or not, this you have to check. So for this hash include iostream.h we have written and string.h. Means we have used this string.h because we have to count the number of characters inside both the string. So for this we require the function strlen, and for dot h. Now you see we have taken two strings, that is cat s1, s2. Both we have taken the sizes 50. You can take any other size also. Now here it is telling enter string. So output, how it will show, you see output enter strings. It will tell the user to enter strings. Okay. The strings that will be entered, it will be get line by this get line function. So suppose the string is Johan, one string, and second one is Neelam. Okay, these two strings we have taken. So this string will be fetched by this get line s150 and this string will be fetched by get line s250. Now you will ask that, ma'am, we can write it using only get function also. If I write like this, cin dot get s1, then also it will work. Yes, obviously it will work. If you write like this also, cin s1, will it work? Yes, it will also work because there are no blank spaces here. So it will automatically take if you use only cin, if you use get also, get function, and if you use get line. Anything you can use here. But what if it is having any other value? Any other, suppose one line of text I am using. So then only cin will not work or get will not work. Okay, then you have to use get line. Suppose we are taking like this, I play cricket. Okay, and I play football. These two strings we have taken, suppose. So now what will happen if I use now cin s1 and cin s2, then what will happen? It cannot take this text because there are blank spaces. So this is not possible here. So here we have to use this get line. Okay. So here in this case we have to use this get line. So let us take the earlier example. This I have written only for your convenience so that you can understand, okay, why we are using this get line. If this is the value, suppose Johan and Neelam, if this is the value, then in spite of this get line, you can put here only get function also and only cin also. This will also be correct because these are not having any blank spaces. You can use this one also, or you can use that get function or the cin function also. Now you see we have taken both this input. Now here is the comparison. We have to make comparison between these two strings, whether both the strings contain equal number of characters or not. For this we are using strlen. Now you see strlen s1, one we are using, and another we are using strlen s2. Okay. So now what it will do? Here it will calculate the value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is storing what? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. String 2 is also storing what value? 6. Now you see here it is the comparison. If strlen s1 equal to s2, so both these are equal, means the condition is true. Condition is true means it will execute the statement after the if. So what it is written? Both strings contain equal number of characters. So it will display both strings contain equal number of characters. Clear? Clear this one? So it will not go to else part. It will, because my if statement is true, so it will execute the statement after if. So what about if it is, I am writing here like another name, suppose Yash. So what it will do? If I write like this, then what will happen? strlen will store strlen s1 will store 1, 2, 3, 4. It will store 4 and this will store 6. So now what will happen? When we will compare these two values, the result will be false. Means if statement is false. So it will not execute this one. It will go to else part and it will display both strings contain different number of characters. So here the output will be both strings contain different number of characters. So I think this is clear to you all. So let us stop here for today. So that's all for your today's class. In the next class we will discuss about array structure. All these are in your book. The next topic we will discuss in the next day. And for today I am not giving you any homework. Better you do the homework of all the last days that I have given. Up to day number 6 that I have given the homework. You complete that homework and submit to me. And for today this is